So just to confirm, okay, so it started. If you want to start the
7:03.
date, the time. Have it?
Rabbi,
Rabbi.
same
Okay,
time,
reading of the conduct statement.
date, time,
Date and time?
date and time. You gotta
Oh.
say it for the record.
Oh, I gotta say, that's what he said. It's 7:03, and the date is September 8th. Correct.
This is
And
transportation.
we're about to begin. And do we have a quorum?
Yes,
Because Hazel counts.
yes. We
Okay.
actually got perfect attendance.
Perfect attendance. That's good. Out of 4, that's not too hard to get. That's good. Okay, so we got to read the conduct statement. Yeah, I guess we do. The following rules of conduct are applicable to members of the public, Community Board 11, and Community Board 11 staff. Any action or behavior that disrupts or interferes with Community Board 11 business will not be tolerated during any Community Board 11 meeting and may result in the individual being asked to leave. If the action or behavior continues, this may be considered disturbing the peace, and the appropriate authorities may be summoned. If the meeting is held remotely, the person may be muted or expelled for the remainder. Repeated violations by the same person or group of people may result in further action by the community board. All public speakers must address the full board of the committee with their concern. Electioneering for a position other than an officer of Community Board 11 is prohibited. Engaging in acts of violence, including threats, are grounds for immediate suspension of the right to attend meetings, pending review by the Ethics and Disciplinary Committee. Respect the equality, diversity, and privacy of all people by respecting and valuing differences of culture and opinion. Refrain from unpleasant or disparaging remarks and other actions. Abstain from all forms of harassment by actively discouraging it. Disseminating false information is prohibited. So that is the conduct statement. Review of meeting minutes.
Don't have.
We don't have. Move on to number 3.
Can we also state for the record, Rabbi, that you do have a quorum? Each member of the committee is present. Hazel, even though she's online, she does count towards quorum.
Okay, for the record, we have a quorum, and Hazel is beautifully on the screen right in front of us. Okay, that's good. Next, we talk about PIN X731.78, Bruckner Expressway Mobility Improvements Project. I believe we're supposed to have Elizabeth, no, is that from who's here?
There
from?
are 2 people I saw.
Yeah, okay, so it's not, there they go.
It's 1, 2, 3. I just can't see this one. But there are.
Okay, so whoever is there from the New York State DOT, if we could hear who your leader is and who is speaking and who would like to present on the Bruckner Expressway Mobility Improvements Project. We are ready to go, and if we could do it in 15 minutes, would be beautiful.
Okay, perfect. My name is Kevin Vishnu from the New York State Department of Transportation. Can everybody hear me all right?
We
Yes.
hope beautifully.
Perfect. Okay. I'm here with Sabina Sadiq, also from New York State DOT. She is the project manager. I'm the project supervisor, and we're joined by Gloria Reyes, who is the director of design here at the regional office, New York State DOT. We also have support staff from AECOM, who are design consultants for the project. So we're sharing screen right now. Can you guys see the slideshow?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us here today. We're here to talk to you about what you see on the screen here, X73178. That's the Bruckner Expressway Mobility Improvements Project, Phase 2. This project is an important piece in a larger effort to improve safety, reduce congestion, and enhance mobility for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists who use the I-95 corridor every day. The project is located in the northeastern portion of the Bronx. The work limits cover approximately 1.1 miles in both directions of I-95, which is also known as the Bruckner Expressway and the New England Thruway. The project limits also encompass about 0.7 miles of the Hutchinson River Parkway and about 0.3 miles of the Pelham Parkway. As you can see on the little map to the right, the little mini map, That's okay. You skipped. Okay. All of these three highways, they kind of cross each other in what's the project location over here. So first, we're gonna go over a little bit about the first phase of the project, which was completed in about mid-2024. Those improvements were in the same project location as the current project that we're looking at now. That work focused on a section of the northbound 95 from Westchester Avenue to exit 9, which is the exit to Hutchinson River Parkway. It had experienced significant congestion during peak periods. So in phase 1, we reconfigured the Bruckner-Pelham interchange, as you know, by eliminating 2 entrance ramps and 1 exit ramp on the northbound 95. So we previously had 3 separate merge points. We consolidated that into 1 merge point by installing and reconstructed and realigned entrance ramp. We also constructed an auxiliary lane on the northbound 95 from the new entrance ramp all the way to exit 9, and that improved the traffic flow and safety. We improved access from eastbound Pelham Parkway to southbound 95 by adding a new turning movement at the traffic signal where vehicles can make a left turn and continue southbound onto 95. Finally, we upgraded pedestrian and bicycle facilities by realigning the greenways and introducing signalized crossing that everywhere where the greenway crossed a road, just to improve safety for all of the users. On the northbound Hutchinson River Parkway, we constructed an exit ramp to Bartow Avenue, which has provided direct access to the Co-op City community. Different view looking, so this is now looking westbound along Pelham Parkway, so north is to the right. We have a closer look at the current configuration of the ramps. As shown, we introduced 2 new signalized intersections that now allow for controlled movements from both the eastbound and westbound Pelham onto northbound and southbound 95. You can see that the reconstructed ramps on the southeast quadrant of the interchange have signalized pedestrian and bike crossings. Similarly, we have signalized crossings on the southwest quadrant, which is at the top left of the screen. Additionally, the shared use path, which goes through the park, were realigned and improved, making it safer for pedestrians and cyclists. The project also had significant enhancements to the Memorial Grove area with the extensive tree replanting, which is unfortunately not shown on the slide, but it's off to the bottom left of the screen.
Thank you.
Phase 1 again, off the off-ramp to Bartow Avenue. We installed the exit ramp to Bartow Avenue, which provides direct access to Co-op City neighborhood and the Bay Plaza Shopping Center, which reduce congestion on local streets and gives drivers a more efficient route to get to their destination. We also improved pedestrian and bike safety by realigning the bike path, or the shared use path along Bartow Avenue, and we installed a signalized crossing where that crosses the exit ramp. Couple photographs of the phase 1 improvements. To the left, we have image A. We repaved and realigned the sections of the greenway, making it safer for users. And on the right, we had restored native plantings throughout the project area, which support local wildlife habitats and improve the overall landscaping in the area. As the improvements for this project are intended to be completed through phased implementations, the highway, as you see today, still experiences traffic delays and congestion. In the image C to the left, you can see how traffic queues on the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway as vehicles are getting prepared to exit on the loop ramp to the southbound I-95 exit ramp. That exit ramp often queues back and spills back onto the main line, causing congestion on the southbound Hutch. And then in image D, you can see the northbound I-95 looking somewhere around, looking northbound from about Westchester Avenue. Significant traffic congestion due to the existing bottleneck and limited capacity. So these are examples that highlight the need for the phase 2 improvements, which are hopefully designed to alleviate congestion and improve overall traffic flow. As you can see, congestion continues to be a major challenge along the 95 corridor. The close proximity of exit and entrance ramps creates operational deficiencies, leaving and recurring traffic congestion along the 95 corridor. Motorists experience severe congestion on I-95 and the Hutch during both the morning and evening rush hours, which cause delays and backups onto local streets and connecting roadways. So on the southbound I-95, one of the main problems in the current configuration is, like we said, the close spacing of entrance and exit ramps. Vehicles are forced to merge and weave over very short distances. This leads to bottlenecks, delays, and safety concerns. In this section of southbound I-95, which is just a mile long, we have 6 points of entry and exit. These closely spaced points, coupled with short weaving distances, sometimes as short as 400 feet, cause interruptions in the flow of traffic, which results in additional delay and an increased likelihood of vehicular collisions. So another current configuration is that there's a lack of direct access from Co-op City to the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway. There's no direct route from the shopping mall to the southbound Hutch, so drivers currently have to take local routes through the neighborhood to access the parkway, such as Bartow Avenue, Gun Hill Road, and Baychester Avenue. Additionally, the lack of direct access to the southbound Hutch forces motorists onto the already heavily congested I-95 to access the southbound parkway. So the goals of the project focus directly on the needs that we have identified. We are aiming to address the geometric deficiencies of the closely spaced ramps along the southbound 95. We're aiming to reduce congestion in both directions of I-95. We're aiming to improve safety on pedestrian and bike paths, and we are aiming to improve access to the Co-op City neighborhood. The image shown here depicts the existing conditions along I-95 between Pelham Parkway to the south and East Gun Hill Road to the north, including the 6 closely spaced entrance ramps that we talked about on the southbound. And also the single lane exit ramp from northbound I-95 to northbound Hutchinson River Parkway, which are significant causes for the severe traffic congestion in the area, as well as contributing to the high number of recorded accidents at these locations. As noted earlier, the first phase of the project provided improvements along northbound 95. However, these improvements end at the bridge crossing the Amtrak Railroad, so only 3 travel lanes continue on the northbound 95 with a connection with the Hutchinson River Parkway, which in turn creates a bottleneck at the exit ramp to the northbound Hutchinson River Parkway. Also on the southbound I-95, we have a series of discontinuous auxiliary lanes with 3 through lanes from Gun Hill Road to Westchester Avenue. Currently, the entrance ramp from southbound Hutchinson River Parkway yields to the entering traffic from Gun Hill Road before it enters onto 95, which causes a spill back onto the southbound Hutch. So here we look at some of the proposed conditions for phase 2 of the project. First, we focus on the northbound. We're continuing the widening from phase 1 by extending the acceleration lane to create a continuous auxiliary lane all the way to the next exit at exit 11, which is Bartow Avenue, Co-op City Boulevard. To accommodate this additional lane, the arch bridge, which currently carries northbound 95 over the Hutchinson River Parkway, will be widened, as you can see on the bubble on the top left of the screen. We want to note that the aesthetic and material character of that bridge will be maintained. So we're also creating a 2-lane exit to exit 9, which is the Hutchinson River Parkway northbound, which is expected to help alleviate traffic congestion on northbound I-95. The traffic model that AECOM had worked on yielded that a higher number or higher volume of vehicles wish to take that exit than the current one-lane configuration can accommodate. On southbound I-95, the entrance ramp from the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway is being reconfigured as a two-lane entrance at the merge point with Glen Hill Road. This will also be signalized to improve the traffic conditions, ultimately increasing capacity and reducing traffic congestion and spillback onto the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway. Continuing south, and we are removing the underutilized ramp from southbound 95 to northbound Hutchinson River Parkway. And we're realigning the ramp from Erskine Place to southbound I-95. We're also providing a turnaround for buses near the upcoming Metro North station in Co-op City as a part of this project. Near the Bruckner Pelham interchange, we're reconfiguring the current exit ramp from southbound I-95 to westbound Pelham Parkway. We're reconfiguring that to also include movements onto the eastbound Pelham Parkway. So this will be allowed by use of a traffic signal that will allow vehicles to come to the signal on Pelham Parkway and then turn left at the intersection with Pelham. As a result of those consolidated movements, we're able to remove the loop ramp from southbound 95 to eastbound Pelham Parkway. And so we'll be able to remove pavements from that, be able to remove the pavement from that quadrant and just return it to just green space. The final configuration will also provide a continuous auxiliary lane on the southbound 95 from the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway entrance to the Westchester Avenue exit. The project intends to enhance mobility and safety for both the local community and through traffic and create a more efficient corridor for everyone. On the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway, the project will construct an entrance ramp from Bartow Avenue to the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway, so that users from Co-op City and from the Bay Plaza Shopping Center can directly access the southbound Hutchinson River Parkway. We'll also improve and realign the existing greenway at this location. On the northbound Hutch, we are adding a new auxiliary lane, which will end at the exit to Bartow Avenue. As mentioned earlier, we're removing the existing substandard and underutilized ramp from the loop ramp, which is from southbound 95 to northbound Hutch. The trips made on this route are predominantly local trips made from Pelham Gardens with local destinations to Bay Plaza Shopping Mall and the Eastchester neighborhood, which is to the north of 95. This slide illustrates the alternative route that motorists will use to make this movement. The southbound I-95 traffic will exit onto exit 8C, turning left at the new movement that we're proposing on this project. Turn right onto ramp ACD, which was constructed under phase 1, and then continue to northbound 95 and then exit on the Hutch that way. So as part of the project, we've conducted detailed environmental studies to ensure compliance with state and federal regulations. These studies evaluate noise, air quality, historic resources, water resources, visual resources, disadvantaged communities, and community impacts during construction. We're also coordinating closely with various environmental agencies, and our goal is to deliver mobility improvements while minimizing impacts to the surrounding environment. So look at the project schedule. We currently have we're in preliminary design right now, which is slated to be complete by mid-2026. Final design, we're looking at early 2028, where the project will go to letting, and we're intending to start construction mid-2028. So as part of the project, we're in close coordination with multiple agencies. We've had numerous meetings with all of these agencies, including City DOT, the New York City Parks Department, FHWA, the Thruway Authority, New York State Parks, and also MTA Metro North Railroad, as well as MTA buses. Last slide is some contact information. You can reach out with any questions, feedback, or concerns at any point during the project. As you see, there's a shared email box. You could contact us there. So community input is essential, and we're committed to keeping an open line of communication throughout all phases of this project. And that's all we have for you guys tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody from the
You're
committee
welcome.
have a question?
Kind of some questions and comments. With phase one, are you aware? It could be more than what the numbers that I have here, but are you aware there was 3 deaths and at least 6 accidents at the new interchange you made at the I-95 and Pelham Parkway?
So as part of the project, we have
In this-
ACOM on the call. ACOM, we've done an accident analysis. I assume we would be aware of any accidents that had occurred in the location.
Yeah, because it's right there at the one of your new turn signals. There, I know of 3 deaths and at least 6 accidents right there. So I was wondering if you guys were even remotely aware of those.
Yes.
Okay, so
Kevin.
Yeah, there's actually a memorial in the area for those
There's a
victims.
few memorials, yes.
Okay, so I assume we're looking at those and, seeing what was the cause, and if there's anything, if there's something that we could incorporate into this project, I'm assuming we will.
Yeah.
It's
It's at the
I can't,
it's at the new
I can't say
traffic.
much without knowing what the cause. I'm
It's
sorry,
at
go
the
ahead.
new traffic light that is Pelham Parkway eastbound, making the left turn onto I-95 northbound. That's where all the
Okay.
accidents and deaths have happened. Oh, I'm sorry, southbound.
Southbound, okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise it'll be a right then.
Sure.
Okay, all right, we have a note here and we're gonna look into it.
Okay. Is there any way you can go back to page 13? Because there was page 13 and page 15 were a little confusing to me, especially when you were mentioning something about the Erskine ramp.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
it would
one of the
be,
pages. Is
it this one or?
there any way we can see this bigger?
Yeah, this, right, so this is the location you're talking about.
Yeah.
So where it says ramps removed, I guess the current configuration is that we have an on-ramp from Erskine Place to southbound 95, and just to the north of that, almost touching
Hold
is
on,
that
hold on
under-
a second. There's a fire truck that was going past here. I couldn't hear a word you said, please.
Okay. Yep, so you're looking at 2 ramps that are planned to be removed. One is that underutilized ramp from southbound 95 to northbound Hutch. So as we remove that, we're gonna maintain the movement, which is from Erskine Place to southbound 95. But we're gonna elongate that ramp and make use of the space that's there, bring it up to standard rather than have the alignment that's there right now. So then you asked about the bus turnaround. That's that little bulb that's, you see the word ramps is right where the S is on ramps. This has been, this was requested by City Transit, is it, so MTA buses, I believe. Yeah, it says one of their routes so that they could turn around the bus there.
I'm still a little lost on it. Because it doesn't look like that in person. I drive that ramp every day. I drive a bus on that ramp every day.
Yeah, this is the proposed condition, so it wouldn't look like that now. This is what we're intending to do.
But you're not getting you are or you are not getting rid of Erskine ramp.
Oh, no, we're not getting rid of it. We're just, we're making it, we're realigning it. We're making it more standard by basically, it's gonna sweep more to take up all the space that you see there. So it's not gonna be as sharp, it'll be, a more smooth flowing ramp.
Okay. And page 15, I was also a little confused on too. Okay, so it's saying that the ramp that you're gonna realign. And what you also have it marked here, the Pelham Parkway ramp gonna be removed? Even though you just redid that area?
Yeah, this is, so this was identified as one of the ramps that could be removed, in order to consolidate the traffic, the movements of, just in order to consolidate the movements. We've realized that the more points that you have for merging, entering and exiting, it affects the flow of traffic, and this is what's causing the congestion. This primarily what's causing congestion in the area. So we're intending to bring both movements onto Pelham Parkway, down that one ramp in the northwest quadrant. And from there, vehicles could continue eastbound on Pelham Parkway or maintain the westbound movement on Pelham Parkway. And by doing that, we'll be able to remove that ramp.
All right, so you're saying that blue path would be the new path?
That's correct. The dark blue, yeah.
Dark blue? So people say they want to go to City Island, they're coming from New Rochelle and they want to go to City Island. You're saying they're getting off before? Wait. They get off at the current Pelham Parkway West exit?
Exit C, 8C.
So if you'd want to go to City Island from New Rochelle, and when you say New Rochelle, you're taking southbound I-95, right?
Yeah.
You could get off at Pelham Parkway and make a left at Pelham Parkway eastbound and get to the island that way. That would probably be the most direct route.
Okay.
They have to go past City Island, get off the Pelham Parkway, and then drive their way back up to. Am I correct? If they're coming southbound from New Rochelle and they want to go to City Island, they have to get off at Pelham Parkway, so they have to pass City Island?
No, it looks like
Wait.
it's getting off.
No,
That looks
I'm
like
very
the
confused.
Pelham Parkway West exit.
Okay.
What we know now is the Pelham Parkway West exit, which is the first one before the loop. So he's saying they're gonna make a little area that halfway through that ramp, you go either right
okay.
to the west or
Now I gotcha. Okay.
left to the traffic light where the memorials are. Okay. All right,
Thank you.
now that's making a little more sense.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, but you have nothing to do with any of the other lights and mergings within that area of Pelham Parkway towards the dump? Or is that part of your project also? The pathways, the bike ramps?
The bike, is there work going on there, right? What's the question? Is there work going on there right now, or
Are
you're
you-
asking if we're proposing to?
In part of your project stuff, is it in your purview of the bike lanes and pedestrian ramp interchange that's a little further on by the, I only know it as the dump. You know,
Is that to the
big
east
mount-
on Pelham Parkway, to the east?
What? On Pelham
The
Parkway.
dump,
going
as you
to
say,
City
the
Island.
dump is to the east on Pelham Parkway, is that right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so our project doesn't extend that far, so I don't think it would be covering what you're referring to.
Okay.
Okay, good. Ms. Valella, you have a question.
I do. I have a question about the ramp that you're going to be removing. The one that goes 95, then it goes off and you go on to the Hotch North. What determines a ramp to be removed because it's not utilized enough?
So we looked at the number of, it comes down to, you know, you basically weigh out the benefits. Is it beneficial to keep it there? Should it be removed? But part of the concern was also that if you look at how that ramp touches down onto the Hutchinson River Parkway, there's simply no acceleration lane. So it's a huge safety concern. And we looked at the number of vehicles that use the ramp. It's not that much. And then in the big picture, you're coming from southbound 95 is bringing you from points north and is conveying you onto northbound Hutchinson River Parkway, which is generally carrying you back to the north, which is why the volume is generally low. So it's you know, you're weighing up two situations here. You have a ramp that's unsafe and underutilized, yet we're able to offer another route that might take a little bit longer, but it's also safer. And in removing the ramp, you're also increasing the flow of traffic on the I-95. So it was a decision that's, you know, we looked at it from many different angles. There's a lot that went into it. And we think definitely it's the best thing to do for this corridor.
I think to differ that it's underutilized.
Absolutely.
Whether I'm in my car or in my bus, there are always cars coming from I-95 south onto the Hutch there. There's always cars. I agree 100% that there's not a
Acceleration.
proper acceleration lane, but that could also be said for a little bit further back at Pelham Parkway eastbound going to Hutch northbound, because those guys will be cutting off my bus every day of the week. But for you to say that's underutilized, no.
I will tell you, I work in Co-op City and there are going to be many people unhappy
Yeah,
because they do use that Hutch exit.
yeah.
Why can't they just put an acceleration?
Okay, so now,
Because of the bridge
Yeah.
structure.
so what I see, I agree with Miss Debbie and Miss Valella, that if somebody lives in Pelham Gardens now, which I hopefully you know what Pelham Gardens is,
Mhm.
so now you give them the opportunity to go south by the nursing home over there, whatever that nursing home is called. But now you
Kings
are
Harbor.
taking away the north entrance, and those people now are going to have to shovel over to Pelham Parkway to get onto a North Hutch.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I just do not see that happening because, as Ms. Valello said so ardently, ardently, that those people in the morning, I go down there too, and it's a beautiful thing that you go right on to the north. And like one of our visitors said here, why don't you widen the acceleration lane instead of taking away an exit, which I think if I stood there tomorrow between the hours of 8 and 12, I think the average cars per hour, take a guess, 30,
At least 30.
easy 30.
Easy 30.
So I don't know where you're getting your statistics from, sir, but I think that has to be looked a little bit at. And I'm going to just put my questions all in one bucket now. Are you gentlemen and gentlewomen aware of that we might be getting a Starbucks somewhere in that area down
Yes.
there? And people are now going to get off the Hutch to go to Starbucks And you are going to have some traffic messes around in that area right off Gun Hill Road. Number 3, and that affects you taking away that exit. And number 3, and this is a very side question, has nothing to do with the main topic. I don't know if you're responsible for this. I get very frustrated on that hutch when that wonderful drawbridge goes up.
I was gonna be bringing that up.
Okay, so I beat you to it, I will.
Yes.
Okay. Why in the world can you not put some sign on the south side, the north side, a mile in advance? Caution, drawbridge is up, and people could make a decision either to get off
Right.
and go out or sit there like an idiot half of the time, sometimes for 20 minutes, till the drawbridge is broken and it goes back and that. Why in the world have nothing, that's a good word, has nothing been done about that? That is my questions. And let's hold my questions together with some other questions we have from our people on the board. And if you could write down the questions and answer it quickly, because the time is getting late.
Yeah, because I think adding 2 lanes
Right.
to the hutch over there, that's just gonna make more of a problem, especially when the bridge is up.
Right,
That bridge is a big culprit.
correct. Okay, so let's go up on that screen. Does anybody from the community board have a question to our DOT friends? And they're gonna write down all the questions and we're gonna get all answers in one bunch. Okay, community,
Well, it's just Hazel up here.
okay, so Hazel and Cynthia.
Yeah,
No
Hazel.
questions. Next, anybody from the community up on the board there that has a question?
I have a question.
2 participants
We got right
have
here.
raised hands.
We got in the room.
No, but I got up there. I have 2 persons that raised hands, but I see no hands. I see no hands. You see hands? I don't see hands.
Hold on, I gotta move the screen.
I don't see 2
No,
hands.
no,
Okay, you'll go. Don't worry. Everybody will go. I just gotta go in an order. I don't see any hands.
My question?
I
No,
don't
not
see the
yet,
hands.
not yet. I gotta wait.
That's what
I gotta do that.
I don't see any.
I don't see any hands.
I don't see the
Okay,
hands.
okay, the hands go back up again. and we'll
Hey.
post- Yes, we have a question from the community. Please state your name.
Patricia A. Charles from Eastchester Gardens.
Go ahead.
I'm back to my community board meetings, so I'm here to check with transportation about what's going on. And if this is going to be done, I want to know how are you filtering all of this information to the community that is going to be affected? Because people are doing things, the sanitation, all kinds of different projects are being done without the people knowing a word from anybody. We're still doing what we have to do to try to get through all of the mishap and all the breakage of the streets or whatever the case may be, and no one is telling us anything.
What's going on?
So how are
Communication.
the transportation
Communication.
actually
Gotcha.
filtering all of this information into the community so the communities can know exactly what's going on and they won't be surprised or upset behind what they're doing, and they would have a word to say and speak on what you're doing, because you can't just do whatever you want to do and then think that it's going to be satisfactory to the people that's being affected by it.
Gotcha.
And I'm a driver, but I don't drive in that area all the time, but I do go through there once in a while when I want to go places or go to, especially to Coney Island or wherever, or the beach. But you have to let people know what's going on. You
Gotcha.
can't keep us in the blind.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Charles. Yes, madam.
Sarah Delaney, Hillenberg Avenue, and I come up and down that avenue all the time, and I ride with different vehicles, accessorized many different ways, and I see it's very congested around there. One thing that I would like to ask, by removing that ramp, right, is that cost effective? If not trying to apply or making something wider, if it's possible, to take out a whole ramp to put in something else, because why spend that type of money to break that type of a structure up? Secondly, the light that they said they're gonna put in where the accidents occurred will have cars queuing up behind. Is that gonna cause a problem?
They didn't even do this yet, and there's cars queuing up all the way down to the silver light.
So that's gonna cause a problem, a main problem right then. And then the morning hours when you're coming through there, 3 o'clock coming through there, school is back in session. in the evenings, there's gonna be a problem. You're talking about removing bottlenecks, but it seems like you're gonna create some in itself.
Yeah, because there was never bottlenecks on Pelham Parkway this way, and like I said, they got traffic all the way
Mhm.
from
You can't.
from the I-95 to
You can't
Stillwell.
even get on from behind, coming from where IHOP is coming from down back that side. The traffic is all the way back.
Mhm.
And it's, and many times it doesn't move until after you get down by Westchester, and it makes no sense.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, so with all those questions, my
And one
question,
last question.
one last
I
question.
think, as Ms. Charles stated, when were the drivers, the people who use these things, notified of these changes of proposed projects? Because you're putting forth charts that have been prepared for the work to be done. When was it put out to the public to say, this is our intention, what do you think about it? Because there are many other drivers out here, some people might have a better idea or something that might help your project, your process even better. So maybe, did you ask for any feedback or any comments from the public that live in that area?
So if I could interject, my name
That's
is Rolando.
That
Can you
still
hear me?
doesn't have
Sorry.
anything to do with the Metro North station that's coming. Because even though there's a Metro North station, people still have cars and will be using it.
Okay.
All right.
Turn
Can
it
you
over
hear
to
me?
DOT. Everybody,
My name
please.
is
the
Rolando
audience,
Infante.
let
I'm the
DOT
Public
respond.
Information Officer for State DOT. I've known Jeremy for a long time. You know, it's nice to see you, Jeremy. I was in Con Ed for 15 years, so I'm well aware, Rabbi, with the drawbridge issues on the Hutch, because I traveled from Whitestone to Rye for 15 years. To just trying to knock out as many as I can from the questions that were answered or asked. Unfortunately, to set up devices warning of drawbridge openings, it's one of those things like a railroad crossing. When they happen, and unfortunately, there's no like easy way to navigate when there's a drawbridge open, as opposed to waiting it out and passing through. I've seen people go in reverse. I see people try to kind of spill out into the streets, and that's something that we're strongly advising against, because clearly our goal is to keep as much traffic, as much congestion off the regular streets, and to just keep the highway traffic on the highway and not spilled over to where you could have some issues with the pedestrians on the streetway.
But that just has
On
to do
the
with
second,
technology, excuse me, I'm sorry. With technology today, and we're not living in 1990 anymore, you would kind of think, and I appreciate your response, with technology today,
the technology today, if you click on Waze,
You're cutting out.
Waze actually can navigate you outside of all these traffic interferences. And
You're cutting out.
we lost.
overhead signs that show traffic patterns. So I hear you. The paint.
Hear you. We cannot hear you.
Acceptable paint.
Okay. Did you cut them off? Yeah.
No,
You're cutting out.
Yeah.
Hello?
Sorry,
Somebody
Rolando,
else
you're
in.
cutting in and out.
but
You're cutting out.
I think we should take the
Can you hear
note and maybe get back to them, since the communication is not working too well, Rolando. Maybe we can take notes and just get back to the community board after this.
Yeah, Glomar, that's fine. Sabina's here. We've been taking notes, so we have a record of what has been raised tonight.
No,
Are you done?
no, he said that to get back to the community board. It's not that big.
Yeah, you're cutting out, but as Rabbi brought up a signage board, I traveled to Connecticut, I traveled to Jersey, I traveled to many states. They will tell you that there's an accident at exit 38 and you're only at exit 8. So why can't there be a signage board over here that's linked somehow to the drawbridge and have it on the I-95? And when the drawbridge master or whatever his title is called, when he activates the drawbridge for it to start going up, then the alert would go on the I-95 because people go on there and then they're like, oh no, I'm not going to go on here. And then that's when it turns into an off-roading match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the communication, and I'll try to answer that for communication.
Online. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your reception is depicted. Yeah.
I can hear you.
We
I
hear
can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay,
Not at all.
okay, 1 second. Debbie,
I
I'm
wanna-
gonna ask you to take a beat for a second. 1 second, please. Rolando, I think we've made our inquiry to see if that's something that can be explored with regards to some sort of notification. If you can take that under advisement and bring it to, whoever, we can continue to have discussions on that.
Sure.
We're having
Sure. And,
trouble
I
hearing you.
just
You're
wanna-
breaking in and out.
All right. And on a second note, the general lady said that when we do construction that they're not notified. We do 2 types of advisories, and it goes out on a weekly basis. One's called the traffic advisory, and the other one's called the travel advisory. Both advisories are not only sent out to the media, but they're also sent out to every community board, every elected official, informing both electeds, community boards, and the media of any construction work that we have ongoing on any of our roadways. So we are getting the message out there. With regards to this particular project, part of the reason why we're coming to the community board is to hear you guys out. We'll definitely go back and talk to our consultants and our engineers with regards to the ramp issue. And as Kevin said, we will be back, to discuss with you the concerns you had. We appreciate your time. We appreciate Jeremy totally for setting this up. My apologies for the technological issues. I live on the North Shore of Long Island, and the reception here plainly is very inferior. So that said, my apologies. I'm going to go mute now, but please send us your concerns, and we'll definitely address them. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Have you sent this slideshow to Jeremy for him to disperse to other people in the committee and the community board?
We haven't shared this
Rolando?
presentation with anyone, other than what you're seeing tonight. This is the first that we shared with the community.
Is there a way we can get a copy of this PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, I think so. I think we could share it.
Yeah, thank you.
We could prepare a PDF and share it, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, in
Thank you.
terms of communication, I just want to actually tell what Rolando kind of said. Keep up to date for every person in the community is almost an impossible. Can't do it.
No,
Can't do it for the whole community.
No.
The only way he said, today in America, you got to look at websites. We'll invite them to a community board meeting. They'll make a presentation, but the whole neighborhood is not going to come to that presentation.
That's right.
And they could let every church know, every synagogue know, and
Truth be told,
everybody.
most of this is in CB10.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, I just want to be realistic with you. I mean, I find out things about the MTA when they're doing track work, when it's all over and starting. We could just try to make it perfect. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. But at least, we can bring people to meetings and so on and so forth. So you can always call Jeremy. Jeremy knows everything. Jeremy has a lot of information. Okay, we're going to now I got to go to the audience to see if there was any hands raised. I see now a hand raised, but it's not the yellow hand. There's somebody waving at me.
Somebody raised.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, it's Kevin.
That's Kevin.
Okay, what happened to the yellow hand?
I don't know.
Okay, Kevin, go ahead. I see a white hand, but I don't see a yellow hand.
I'm going to remove the yellow, no problem. Hi, guys. My name is Kevin, the lawyer. I got just 2 questions for you, and I appreciate it. It was hard for me to pay attention. I was looking on the cell phone,
You
but
got to talk a little slower. They can't keep up with you.
sure, that's my style. I apologize.
Go ahead.
I kind of represent the Hutchinson River Greenway, so simple question I tend to ask when it's involved in any kind of state work is, will there always be 24-hour access? And I'm not really asking you today if that's the case. I just want to make sure that part of the plan will always give that greenway access for pedestrians and cyclists to use while construction is going on. And the state has always been pretty good about that in other locations. Also, is this specifically in Community Board 10, or is it shared work zones with Community Board 10 and 11? That's a question.
Yep, so this project actually encompasses Community Boards 10, 11, and 12.
Right.
So it's just that, the location is just where it says 3 community boards.
Okay,
As to your first question, we don't typically close off facilities at any given point. I mean, we make sure that there's a redundant path or a way for the community to use during construction. That being said, we are not in final design yet, so we probably haven't worked out a lot of those details yet, but it's not typically something that we do.
No problem. Thank you very much. That was easy. The last thing I just want to mention out loud, kind of asking about traffic advisories. I don't know about Community Board 11, and I'm sorry if they already do this, but I live in 10, and so in 10, every Friday, as part of a bulletin that goes out to anybody who signs up for the Community Board 10 website, they send it out to DOT state and advisories and what construction's going on, as well as, just the Bronx, New York City advisories. You may have to dig through it to find your neighborhood. They don't really break it down, but, they do send it out. So I assume Community Board 11 also gets that. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Okay, anybody else from the board?
Our press.
That fancy board up there.
Our press.
Well, how do you know that there's no hand? I don't see a hand.
A thing popped up.
Oh, I didn't see no pop. Okay.
It's been up for a long while. I've been bouncing up and down.
Excuse me, Bob, but it's not just me, we are not seeing a hand. We are not seeing a hand. I saw a little pop-up bubble that says our press. Yeah. But other than that, there is no hand. So we're not ignoring you on purpose, but I did see a bubble that said our press. But
I'm glad you took Community Board 10 before Community Board 11. As for the state DOT, you have the Erskine ramp with the bus turnaround right by the Metro North station, correct?
Correct.
Will there be the same at the 2 Metro North stations here in Community Board 11 in Morris Park and at the Van Ness / Parkchester station? Because I was on one of the people on the first committee meetings with MTA and Metro North, and we asked for bus turn-ins that the buses could stop right next to the station like you're doing in Co-op City. Will that happen?
Okay, so we can't answer for that. You would have to contact the is that Penn Station Access? That team would be able to let you know what they're doing there. This has just come out in coordination with Metro North, basically, in coordination with this project, because this is the only station that's within the project limits. We wouldn't have information as to the other stations that you're mentioning.
So this is basically only Board 10. It's not Board 11 and it's not Board 12. It's Board 10, period. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, anybody else? I cannot see hands, so if you have a hand up, you gotta speak and say you have a hand up. Okay. Okay, so that completes our agenda item number 3, PIN X731.78. DOT, you are dismissed. Have yourself a good evening. Next,
Thank you.
street activity. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Okay, street activity, turn your page. And if Jeremy's on, he's gonna have to help me here because I believe the 9/13, this, I've been told by the office, once we get this list, committee members, it means the police have approved it and there are no police issues. Jeremy confirmed. Jeremy not there.
Jeremy was driving.
Okay, so that's what I was told, that it
Rabbi,
it hits the-
can you repeat that for me, please? Rabbi, it's Cynthia.
Sure. I was told by the community board office, once it hits my list over here, that means the police and maybe City Hall or wherever have approved it, and it's only now for the committee to put a rubber stamp on it, or whatever stamp you want to call it.
Not in general. Maybe this list, but not in general.
Okay, maybe not in general, but if there's no police
No,
issues,
I believe Rabbi is correct. I think my understanding was that Chris has done, whatever research or whatever, double checking with the precinct, etc. That was my understanding, but we
Yeah,
can
that's
confirm
what-
with Chris.
No, actually, what happens is that whenever we have an issue or NYPD has an issue, contacts us. So far, nobody has come.
so now I have two stories now. I have one story that NYPD saw this, and now I'm saying, oh, when we have an issue, police tell us. So now am I to believe if police did
No,
not
you
tell us?
misinterpreting. Like I
Okay,
said,
go ahead.
the police calls us if they have an issue with any kind of an activity that occurs. So far,
Okay.
the police hasn't called us at all. Most of the list that you have in front of you, with the exception of only one of them,
Go ahead.
everything else you have approved previously at the main meeting.
Okay. So which is the one that we have to approve
Is
now?
that the Black to School block party? Yes, sir?
Correct, and it's not even a block party. It's only a little triangle underneath the L. It's not going to block no street. It's not going to block nothing.
Okay, and those,
Is that off to the side across the street from the gas station?
I don't know where is it, but it is underneath the L.
Okay.
okay,
I think it's.
okay,
by
so
the
those
gas
kids,
station.
are going back to school in November. Like the maybe those kids are doing in October, September and October. But anyway, okay, so I make a motion these are apparently, as Chris, thank you, said, have been approved. So the only one that we now have to approve is Astor Avenue between Boston Road and White Plains Road. I do not know what school it is, but it sounds like a back-to-school block party, and I do not see any reason not to approve it. So I make a motion to approve it.
That's second.
Second by Debbie. Do we have any comments, any criticism? Anybody object? Anybody abstain? Thank you, Lisa. Which one else you want to say? Do you object?
What?
Do you object to? Okay, thank you, Lisa. Okay, good. Next, committee chair election. Okay, so I've been told by the office I have to nominate a co-chair and a co-chair, or the committee has to nominate a chair, whatever you want to do it. So I guess that we have so many people there. Do we have a nomination from the floor for the co-chair?
Co-chair. I thought I was going to do chair.
Okay, I'm allowed to nominate for the co-chair Hazel. Do we have a second?
Hold on, Rabbi. Hold on,
What?
sorry. Let me clarify. So the chair is elected and then the chair selects their co-chair.
Okay, and now we have to have
Yeah.
election?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I nominate Rabbi Fuchs for chair of the Transportation Committee.
I second it.
Any discussion? Cynthia, what do we have to do next?
Just go ahead and
Wilson.
vote. Unless there's
Vote.
another nomination.
Okay. We took the vote. This is really very interesting. Okay, vote. I don't know, do you have to write it on a piece of paper and
No.
show it to me?
I
No,
know Rabbi Fuchs.
Okay, she votes for Rabbi Fuchs. Who do you vote for, Hazel? Who do you vote
for
for? Oh,
you,
you
sir.
nominated.
I vote for you. I
Who
voted,
do you
I
vote for?
nominated you.
Who do you vote, Debbie? Although it doesn't make a difference, Debbie, who do you vote for? Okay, vote, Debbie is smiling. Okay, it's 2 to Smiley. Okay, so 2-1 over Smiley. Okay, I nominate for co-chair, or I appoint a co-chair, Hazel Mura. So nothing has changed, life goes on. Okay, did I do that right, Ms. Rodriguez? Ms. Rodriguez?
Done.
Done, thank you.
Done.
I was going to say, I see her head shaking,
Right.
but.
Ms. Rodriguez, that was very painful. I really don't want to do that again. Okay.
Gotta do it again next year.
Next year. Gallery session. Okay, gallery. Now, those registered will be called upon first.
I was not made aware of any registered. Were you?
Nope. Does anybody have anything to say here from the gallery? Or that gallery?
What?
We cannot see hands, so maybe make a statement in the chat that you want to speak. For some reason the hands aren't going up.
This is a new system. We never had this before.
I don't
Never had
see
this
any
one
hands.
verified.
The only hand that's up is Roberts, and I think that was from before. I don't think it ever went down.
See, we don't see that.
We don't see the hands.
See, now it's saying 2 participants have raised hands. Can you hit view?
Go to the participant list.
I'm trying.
No, still no hands.
But there's
Yes,
You see hands?
Go down. It's 10 people.
K Cardona only.
I see a K. I only see K's hand.
That's how okay, that's a hand. It looks like a foot.
Ow.
Can I speak?
That's a hand.
That's a
Lower
hand.
hand.
Lower hand. Okay, Kate Cardona, if you do have a hand up, kindly speak.
Can you hear me?
I hear you perfect, Kate Cardona.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm on a cell phone. So for some reason the hand signal went through, but I will tell you with WebEx, you'll have these little glitches with things from time to time. I just wanted to say good evening, everybody. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And I'm more confused than I was before with the changes with the Hutch and I-95, but I don't drive here. I may travel by bus or by taxi or with a friend, but I'm actually more confused than anything, but I'll leave you guys to it.
We'll
So I
get
just
you-
wanted to let you
I'm
know.
driving the bus of confusion next year.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Kate Cardona, when we get the presentation in the office, I will tell them to send it to you. And then you'll even be more confused, but that's fine.
Great.
Okay.
All right. I'll try my best to understand it. I just wanted to thank you guys. Have a good
Not a
night. I'm
problem.
gonna click
Not
off
a
now.
problem. Kate Cardona, Shana Tova, Kate Cardona, be well.
Shana Tova to you too.
Okay, next. That means Happy New Year, brother. Shana Tova. Okay,
All right,
next. Now again, I don't see hands. See, now I see external. I don't even know what that means.
I did see Kevin had said something about some bike thing.
No, he got an answer, I think.
No. Some bike event in October. I saw that bubble briefly.
Kevin, Bubble.
I was just mentioning as an FYI that the Tour de Bronx is on Sunday, October 5th. It goes up Pelham Parkway, Holland North, etc. No changes in that area. It was just an FYI. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Okay, I think I'm done with all the hands. Now we go to people out here that would like to say something.
Charles again, thank you. Okay. If people are confused, how can we get some way of getting there and showing people what area what everything is going to be taking place at, so they can see visually? Because I don't know either.
Anything
Everybody that
besides,
knows that, whoever knows how to get to the area, we could just set up a meeting.
And we're
So
not going to
that's,
set up a meeting on the highway.
Huh?
We're not going to set up a meeting on the highway.
No, not a meeting on the highway, but I'll drive. If there's people that need to go and want to see where the area is and have a better understanding, a better picture of where all this is going to be taking place, we can set it up. And then I'll take a few people in my car. I can pick by 4 besides myself. 3 in the back, 1 in the front.
Debbie has a big bus. Why
Yeah.
would you want to take a car? She has a bus.
No, we can do, well, we can do, people need to understand, people are up in age, they don't know how to get around, and when they get stuck in these places with, I don't even go at night. When they were doing the construction on the highway, I did not get on that highway, I took the streets. Once they completed it, and I went during the day, is when I was more comfortable to go at night, because I'm not gonna go in the blind anywhere.
Okay,
Because you got knuckleheads out there.
I hear what you're saying,
This
Ms.
is why
Charles.
we need to,
If I could interject,
sure,
like Debbie said, we can't put you on the highway and do something, but I am going to try to speak to these DOT people through my friend Jeremy and Mr. Kirker and see if they could come to a planning board meeting and actually drive something on the board, which will see the car, where it's going, and how it's going. And this car-
Simulation.
Yeah. Simulation.
that would be very helpful.
Okay,
Please, 'cause
so
it would
that's
be
something
helpful.
like that.
Google Maps.
Well, no, yeah, we got
Google
Google Maps, but
You know,
Google Maps
take
gets
you
stuck
where
in
they won't
traffic.
take you.
Yeah.
How much is this going to cost? Because I think for the
Yes, I
amount of
know.
money that it's gonna cost, a small amount for simulation is not a problem.
Okay, so they will come and Ms. Rowley, we'll try this in September, maybe October. We'll try to get DOT there October, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, no promises, but we'll try. Okay,
All right,
next.
so can we start talking about these?
Wait,
business?
yeah, now, motions, I don't have any motions. Now we go to old business. Street and Chris Kirk, I hope you're on the phone because I'm gonna tell you what I think I know. Street repaving request Leidig between Holland and West Branch Road. I believe that's done. That is done. I saw the trucks there and everything. So I think that's done. Chris Kirker, do you agree?
Ask Jeremy, he was the one to request it with DOT.
Okay, Jeremy, not there.
Not me.
Okay,
The repaving of Leidig, I haven't seen any
No.
work being done there.
I put a
No.
trucks there a few weeks ago.
No,
I-
the trucks are always on Matthews and
No, they
Leidig,
were-
but I have
They
not
were on
seen
Leidig and
any.
Block was closed. Okay, we have to find out from Jeremy. Okay. Potholes, Pelham Parkway near Hutch Parkway, westbound and eastbound. I have not seen a pothole for a while.
No, I literally just drove that today,
Yeah.
and when I was discussing this with Jeremy on Friday, I purposely went there again with the bus. There are still potholes there.
Yeah.
Yes. Not ones that are knocking your teeth out, but
Are they
they're,
new
they're still-
potholes?
they're old potholes that were once filled that are not now back on the new pothole list.
But they don't give you a jolt. They're not the jolt pothole.
Oh, they're starting to jolt, but they're not knocking your teeth out.
Okay, so we gotta take that up.
Yeah.
Okay. Bump outs. This is your Miss Debbie. Did you bump out?
Well, yeah, I also drove past that. That was more of an NYPD issue because DEP put that bump out at Waring and Wilson, and people that lived in the area were parking parallel of it, which was blocking the roadway. And they, since the 4-9 addressed it with the people there, I have not seen people parking next to the bump out.
Excellent.
So.
Okay, accomplished one thing. Pretty good. Okay, next, D, and this is from our friend over here, I believe.
Yes. me.
Right, that's you, my friend.
Sure.
Okay, I make friends very easy. Okay, okay. I'm sorry to tell you, my friend. So the speed hump on Herring, Burke, and East Gun Hill Road, the case was denied, which means Jeremy and his staff, and if I have to, I will help them, have to come up with an appeal. And if you want to give them any ammunition, why to appeal it? Lord bless you. I say deny. The only way, if they deny it, is to appeal it.
Yes, revisit it.
Revisit it. That's the only way to do it. Okay, and this is also by my friend over here, the left turn signal, which would be East Gun Hill Road.
Were you talking about the bump or speed bump?
Herring.
Right, yeah, the
Herring
speed,
underneath.
yeah,
On Herring
herring's
Avenue.
right here.
I live over
Okay,
against.
look on the screen.
They
Uh-huh.
come down that block like
So
it's
you
a
want one right
95.
there by Brothers?
no, further down from
Down
Broad.
in the middle, in the middle,
In the middle
Okay.
of the block.
All right.
because they come down that block.
Okay, and Debbie,
This
very
block,
fast.
yeah, this block is the
Mhm.
street he's saying that's lying down.
Yes.
okay, Debbie, be so kind to go to East Gun Hill Road and Boston Road.
Whoops, yeah. I gotta go
And we will
back.
show you what this is all about. This is a left turn signal
Yes.
from East Gun Hill Road and Boston Road. And you want to explain, my friend, you want to explain a little bit why you think it's needed?
Oh, I can 100% agree with him.
Because of traffic violence right there, I know that.
Yes. There's a lot of accident what happened in that area.
Okay.
A guy down Mr. Mandir died from off Erin Avenue in that
Trying to make
intersection.
that turn.
Yes.
Is that,
Yeah.
Debbie, is that 49 or 47?
This side is 4-9, this
And
side
then
is 4-7.
Yes.
And when
That
you
was a
get
good
on Boston Road, same thing with the yellow line.
Yes.
On the side of the
It's
road.
both of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Okay,
It's a
so,
major intersection.
okay, so that,
And I could tell you, driving through that intersection, it needs an arrow,
okay,
Oh, arrow.
Yes.
an arrow. A left turn arrow, traffic signal.
Yes.
okay.
It's got a left turn bay, but it does not have a
Have an
left
arrow.
turn arrow.
That's correct.
Okay,
It's a guide.
So-
What do we have to do?
Yes.
okay. So this one is better. It's still active. It's not denied yet. And hopefully we'll win this one.
I hope we do.
That's all I can tell
We're
you.
going to win this one because it's necessary.
It's a danger.
Okay,
It's necessary.
okay. We are now going to go to new business.
Ra-
Yes, my
Rabbi,
dear.
can I
Wait,
interject here a minute?
You can interject all you want.
Yeah, I keep bringing this up. I know that a couple of months ago I brought up improving the lighting underneath White Plains Road between Pelham Parkway North and Pelham Parkway South by the 39 bus. I
Right.
have yet to get an update on that. It's a very serious safety concern that needs to be addressed and needs to be resolved. So I don't know. I don't know
Okay, I
what
don't know if
what's going on with
Chris
that.
is still there. Chris, I believe the debate there was, is it an MTA responsibility, a DOT responsibility? Have we
The
gone in?
study is being conducted, they'll let us know.
Who's doing the study?
Yeah, but then how long is this study supposed to take? We brought this up before the summer, before we
DOT sometimes play the deaf.
Okay, well then we need to get on their case because daylight saving time is going to come into effect. It's going to start getting darker sooner, and we need this addressed and resolved.
Okay.
Best example, I brought to DOT since January at the intersection of Mace and Eastchester Road, where supposedly, quote unquote, Con Edison was doing some work. And the metal over there was doing so much noise and it was so unsafe that after 8 months, as of 2 days ago, they cured the street and the road and whatever you might call it. But even the curing of the road now, or paving, whatever you call it, once it's going to start snowing and the plow goes through there, I can guarantee you, with a nice steak dinner, that they're going to cave it again because it's done so badly. I don't know who approved that work. I guarantee you that. So, when it comes to that matter, let us work again with our DOT and hopefully we can get an answer on it. Most definitely we'll let you know.
Chris Karka and committee, I got a new brainstorm. I think in every one of these transportation meetings, I'm gonna have a DOT person and an MTA person.
That makes sense.
Because I got a lot of DOT stuff, I got a lot of MTA stuff.
Rabbi.
Yes, Rabbi.
Between request and being approved by the agencies, believe me, it's a huge mountain that divides that. Who may request, but they're going to come with so many excuses, starting from what we have to be there. Can you send us in advance? What's the issue? So we can look into it and then we'll decide if we're going to bring somebody.
I'm with you, Chris. But we could try. We could try.
We can try. Most definitely we can try.
We could try. We used to have a good one from Transit. I forgot her name. And she
Well,
came
she's retired. She's retired.
Right? What was her name?
Jackie Carter?
Ricky Carter.
Yeah.
He's been retired for like 5 years now already.
Yeah, she retired just before COVID.
Yeah, no, I'm saying,
Yeah.
we used to have one. Okay, wait, I just gotta finish something here, then
Yeah,
I'll call on you.
I'd just like to bring up the fact that on Gun Hill Road, Gun Hill and Bouck, when
Yeah.
you're coming across, coming from Boston Road, going down to Bouck, across the
We're not there. We need to finish.
No, no, she's okay, because she, and, oh yeah, that's new business, yeah, let's take that.
Yeah,
I'll-
that's-
I'll be on you in 2 seconds, okay? Does anybody have any other old business? I wanna make sure I ask that to everybody else, I'll give like.
Well, yeah, I want, being we were talking about the street paving that did not happen.
Yeah.
I had asked a while back,
I'm listening to it.
for the red signs to be removed on, I forgot the address number, but it's in between Kruger and White Plains Road. It's in front of the establishment saying it's for school, and there's no school in that establishment. So we want to return parking to the community.
That should be an easy one.
I think, yeah, you would think, but I've been asking this for at least a good year now.
That should be an easy one. That should be an easy one. Okay. Chris,
That's
you
on
have
lighting?
Lighting right near Pick and Pack.
That is right over there. We used to be auto school right over there in that building.
Ain't no auto school there.
Left,
Okay.
school.
Send me the
Yeah.
picture again, please. I'd appreciate it because I'm having another issue with no parking for the school right on Williamsbridge Road or after the bridge. No school exists over there either. And I've been pushing for that for months and nothing has been done.
You're talking about the new school that's near the McDonald's?
No, it used to be before that. Before to the bridge. I'm sorry. I think once you pass the bridge. I'm a little bit. I know where it is. I mean, on my mind, it's as soon as you pass.
It's the one across the street from the firehouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Not any more old business? No.
Hazel's hand is up.
Hazel's hand is up. See, I can't see it. It said no.
No.
Okay. So
No.
I just want to
You
correct
also need to
myself.
follow up the
I'd like to,
121.
Debbie, sorry. I just want to correct myself really quickly. We should have waited until after the gallery session for the election. I don't know if we did that because I've been driving, so I literally just walked in the house.
No, it's the way it's written on the paper.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Yeah, it
I
just
mean,
went the way it was written on the
It's fine,
paper.
it's fine. I'm not saying to do it over. I just wanted to clarify correct myself because we should have heard from the gallery first before finalizing the election. That's all.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
all right, so
Next.
still on the old business.
Old business.
The one way that we voted for by 121, the Throop School.
Mhm.
We want to know what the status is of that. Because it has not been made a one-way yet.
Going toward Darlington.
No, one way on through, one way from Allerton to Arnell.
Arnell.
Yeah, and then on the opposite street on Bouck, one way from, yeah. Well, actually, I forgot the name of the other street. There's a little street over there that
The little cut underneath the train.
yeah, no, but there was on Google Map. No, that's
Just a little block. that's
right.
there.
But anyway, we want to find out what the status of the one way.
Like that.
Yeah, the one way by this 121 school.
Any other old business? Okay, now we, believe it or not, go to new business. And the first one I have, which I believe came from the community board, is increased street lighting request for Pearsall between AD and Arno. So AD and Arno, you want to put that up there, please? Thank you, Debbie. This is the first time I heard this one too.
Actually, no, I remember it being briefly brought up last year.
Can you share the screen just so that, yeah,
I'm trying to find a,
okay.
Okay, so this, I would assume, Debbie and committee, that this is not even a DOT request because there's no number here yet. Is that
Right.
correct, Chris?
what was it, Pearsall?
Pearsall.
Pearsall, okay. Pearsall between R now and D. Okay, now to share screen. Share. Okay. This is the street in question that's needing more lighting from somebody in the community.
I don't go down there too much, so I don't know if it's dark.
Yeah,
Anybody that lives down
yeah,
there?
when it was mentioned to me last year, it was already starting to get lighter earlier, so I couldn't even, because I was going down that street.
You want another street
Yeah.
lamp on Pearsall? That
I was going down that street with the bus, but when it was brought up to in the community board meeting, then when I went to try to make an effort to pay attention to it, like I said, it was already getting lighter earlier. So
Is that a heavily traveled street?
I wouldn't say too heavy, but there is enough traffic going
I
down that.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't go down it. I don't-
Pearsall Avenue is right, we live there.
All of those blocks are sidewalks.
Right,
Sidewalk.
but you don't have 40 cars a minute going down.
No.
Okay, and I would assume this is not in a DOT request yet because I don't have a number here. So we got to find out if this thing is moving, has moved, so on.
Right.
Okay, next.
Yeah, Rabbi, can we check to make sure that all the existing lights are working and that there's no greenage or trees in front of those lights that are preventing the lighting from hitting the sidewalk?
I think it might be a greenage issue.
Okay.
It is dark on all of those blocks. It's just
Yeah.
where.
Yeah, because
never-
we have that problem on Barker, but it's because of the trees, not
they
because
don't
of the lighting itself.
And
Who
also
is it?
have
Who is
that
it?
same issue on Bogart over right by Bronx House. You know, you go when all the trees are in full foliage and the street is very dark.
Yeah, so maybe we can look into that and see if we can address that.
Is it a crime block?
It's not a crime block.
Okay, no, I thought maybe that's the reason too. That's the place.
It is dark on all those side streets.
So it's not only that
It's
one,
only
it's all
the,
of them.
it's the whole block.
Yeah. I
And
don't know why
only
they picked that
because
one.
it's from, you don't have anything in the middle. There's nothing in the middle of each block. It's just from Gun Hill and one on Burke.
Got you. Okay. Okay, we got to see where this one is.
Mhm.
Okay, the things we got to follow up is Hazel Street lighting. We got to follow up on Throop One Way and the lighting that no parking anytime in front of that school. And some school near Williamsbridge there that also has no parking anytime, but there's no more school over there. Okay, so that's the four things I wrote down. Any other further new business?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you bring that map down so we can see the other side of AD, the other side of East Chester Garden? Val, that's Burt, now, yeah. Now, Val Avenue right there, that corner, that little white patch right there is Valk Avenue. So Valk Avenue, don't make it as big, come down to this Gun Hill Park that I'm talking, go up, please. Where the red is, Gun Hill Road, right there. Now, as you're coming across Valk Avenue and Gun Hill Road, it's not a direct line. It's more of an oblique, or it's like this, it bears. And that is a very dangerous cut across, because when you're coming down from Boston and you hit right by the gas station, you can't see to the right of you what's coming at you. And the cars are coming from the left from Gun Hill Road. It's very short. And when people come across, you always get caught in the left and the right traffic, especially from the right side, coming from Boston Road going towards Gun Hill. I mean,
Okay.
going towards the apex of
I
Burke.
see that.
It's very dangerous. There's always incidents there, and you're always stopping and starting right there.
Okay, so for that one, what I would do, write to Chris and Jeremy, explain it, and let them put in a request.
Okay.
As simple as that.
All right.
Okay, it's as simple as that.
And I just have, I know I'll be back for sanitation, right? I'll be back for the sanitation, but you see that Fruit Avenue strip right there between Gun Hill and Belt? There is nothing but tree mechanics, car, whatever they're doing,
Yes.
and no, you can't leave parts and doors and things like that on the street side.
That's an
And it's
epic.
on the property.
And it's on, that's what they're doing.
And they're,
There's a black car
dump
door
it,
right
yeah.
now. If they didn't dump it, I spoke to the young man when I came up on the side of the house to walk, and I said, there was a gray car door, black car door, and he said, I said, is that yours? He said, oh, I'm waiting for somebody to come and switch it and put it in. I said, well, I hope you take the other one when you leave. He said, yes, ma'am. I did not have my phone on me because it was around the front where the man was working. And when I came back, he left that black car door back there.
That is an epic.
So how do we get,
And leaving
police
things.
involved or things like
all-
that? Because there's no
Sanitation.
lighting.
Call
there.
3, that one is a 311.
311.
That's
I
a
already
311.
called 301 and I got my CSAT, did all of that, but what I'm saying is, that whole block, this is continuous, when I came last year, this is continuous, continuous, continuous. They put a new police camera right at the corner of Belt and Burke, so that they could see, that came up after that shooting, and they need to put one right there on Group Avenue, because you would get a better view of what's happening in Eastchester and continually right down the block.
I hear you, but that's right up. Okay, any other further new business?
Well,
Going once.
two things.
Two things.
Two things. One,
I've never wrote a paper like this.
Right.
It's 2 pages.
Since high school.
one was,
Okay.
hold on. One was, it, I mean, I was gonna be bringing it up anyway, but, Rita from Allerton Homeowners had also mentioned it to me, right here. Is there any way, this one block is a one-way eastbound? Is there any way to absolve that one street of one way?
Same thing right though?
Yeah.
Make request. That's the only way to do
Right.
it. Only way to do it.
But you're requesting for it to
The
be
only way to do
A
it.
two-way,
between
because,
Vance and Eli?
correct, what, on Waring between Vance and Eli.
This
yes.
gentleman wanted to say something, and he's not saying anything.
Yeah,
Let him say
I would like to ask what is the purpose of the new business that it brings?
No business, things that we've not discussed before, anything that has to do with transportation.
At all.
That's correct.
Okay.
Would like to say something about it?
Yeah. Just anything?
Anything.
Okay.
We'll beep you if it gets bad, okay?
I'd like more protected bike lanes in the community, and I'd like to see there's possibilities. There's a lot of roads that are right, and I want to see there's a possibility of putting in protected bike lanes, just because there's bike lanes, but they're not protected for the most part. I mean, there's Brownsville, but a lot of them aren't.
Okay. We'll write that down.
Do you have any specific streets that you are concerned about?
I think that Morris Park Ave would be nice. I know it's a little town space, but if the configurations, whether you could have a protected bike lane, another cars parked and then a bike lane, just because there's a lot of double parked cars like all the time. There's a lot of people like driving really fast on the road, and so I just would like to see this. And I see there's a lot of like people on like Lime scooters and stuff. I mean, I ride an e-bike, but there's a lot of like younger kids in like Lime scooters and just people in general who get around like you can't afford a car. And it's a nice alternative to get around, right? It's clean. It's you don't compete for parking with you, right?
Right.
But it's just not that safe. And it'd be nice to have a throughway, an avenue that had a protected bike lane, because the side streets aren't really a problem. It's the when you're trying to get across the community. So I think it'd be nice.
Okay. This was brought up before. I don't know how many years ago.
It'd be nice to be connected.
Was
to
that brought up? I
the
remember.
But to piggyback off of that as well, all of these e-bikes and all of these bikes.
I know what you're gonna say.
dumping them
I
wherever
know
they
it too.
want to. If you're gonna use them,
They're all
use
over the
them
place.
properly
Yes.
and stand them
Down
up.
the hills, they're all over the place.
And abide by the
Laws.
traffic laws.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I
Yes,
I
yes.
totally, I 100% got the green.
Yeah.
And these
Yeah,
people
but true.
going, flying
Yeah.
through,
Red.
No,
they're flying through the red. And
they're not stopping.
have
at
you
the
not
light.
seen me in a big yellow
I
bus?
know.
Yeah.
And they're not wearing the proper attire at night
No,
because
Yes.
you can't see
Lights
them
and such.
if
yeah.
you're wearing
People-
black or a dark color.
Yes.
And then if you're not a defensive driver,
Yeah.
you just poo poo out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bikes are beautiful, but there are a lot of issues.
Easy.
And they're taking all of our.
All right.
And the last,
All right.
just to piggyback off of that, there seems to be at the number 5 Gun Hill Road train station. I don't know if that's where you're supposed to pick up your line bikes when they have the white and green. There are about 25 of them at any point in time from the train station down to the pizza store.
That the
lining
company's
up the
doing it.
street, but it's blocking the egress.
No, I
can't have
100%.
They
You can't walk.
I 100%
And
agree.
then they drop
But they
them on
do
the
it at
street.
Yes.
And then, no, not drop,
Wait.
I mean, they lay them
Right.
down on Gun Hill Road.
Right.
And you're walking, jumping over by.
I agree with you.
The people with.
And it's at
carriages,
all the
cars,
train
cars,
stations.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
now they.
We're
move around the
ad
corner.
nauseum of telling Lime and all of them, they can't saturate it like that.
So why can't they get fined for not picking up the
That's my
bike?
next question.
You would
Mine should be
find,
fine. If I leave my bike here, you have my ticket. One, you can ticket on both sides. The person who left the bike there,
Yeah.
and secondly, you have to pick that bike up within a certain amount of time.
That's right.
and,
Because it shouldn't be laying in the street. for
and
3
who's
days
gonna
blocking
find
it.
them? Who's gonna find them?
Huh?
Who's gonna find them?
Down in my drive.
Who was going to find them? The police?
Many times.
And the police will say if they
I
have
don't think
something.
so.
Who's gonna give the fine?
Who's gonna give them the fine?
Yeah.
Who's gonna give them the fine? The police?
MTA.
Okay.
Who's giving them the permission to do it?
Then
That's
that's
a
why
joke.
they should have, if I can allow you to have this business, then you should be fined if you're not running it properly.
All right.
Okay, that's.
All right.
And you have.
Okay.
Public, and you have the people who buy the bikes. So you can send it the same way they
Okay.
pay for that, you can attach
We
that fine
understand.
right to
We
their,
understand.
right to their
We
car.
understand.
Okay,
That stop you.
okay,
Bye-bye.
I am going to.
Wait,
one
I-
more. Wait.
This was the
I don't
other
know,
thing I was trying to bring
Oh,
up.
I don't know what you're trying to. bring.
Yeah.
I gotta stop.
On Pierce.
Yeah.
This little area over here, DOT made it a little plaza. I was looking for the word for it. A plaza. You cannot just drive as in this picture. So now you go up here to Pierce to Bogart to then make the turn onto Bogart to then make the turn back onto Pierce. The problem is that when it was like this, when you came through on Pierce, the people on Bogart had the red stop sign. Over here, when I'm coming through with the bus, I cannot see any cars that are flying over here. So they need to add a stop sign back here on Pierce. I mentioned it with Jeremy and Cynthia the other day, but I want to make sure it's brought up here in transportation.
Okay.
also.
I wrote it. Okay, anything else, Debbie?
No, that's it.
I make a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Get home safe.
Thank you all.
I'm gonna call you, Hazel.
Night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
Good night, Cynthia.
Night, night.
Night, night.
Put a stop sign, that's what
Okay.
he's asking for,
That's me.
Yeah, Falcon
because
Park.
it's very similar, you come across like that, that's how it is.
We gotta make these requests, but these requests take a long
The
time.
request is what, put a stop sign
Yeah.
to make the people pause?
Yeah.
So much.
So how
I
do
don't,
you
I
put in
can't
the
pay as
request?
well.